There's a quiet kind of power that doesn't shout, doesn't demand attention, doesn't make the headlines. It's the power of small, consistent actions. The kind that looks ordinary on the surface. A single page written, a morning run taken, a promise kept, but over time shapes destinies. True power doesn't always announce itself with noise or spectacle. It's not found in the big wins, the viral moments, or the standing ovations. Real, lasting power lives in the quiet rhythm of small, consistent actions. The everyday efforts that seem insignificant in the moment, but accumulate into something extraordinary over time. Every great story of success is built on the foundation of repetition, of doing the simple things with unwavering commitment. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve lies not in talent or luck, but in the discipline to show up day after day, even when the world isn't watching. When someone trains every morning before dawn, reads a few pages every night, practices a craft a little better each day, those actions don't seem powerful. They don't attract attention. But beneath that silence, something remarkable is happening. Habits are being formed. Character is being built. Momentum is quietly gathering strength. The small steps that go unnoticed today become the giant leaps that everyone admires tomorrow. The truth is, power doesn't come from doing something once with passion. It comes from doing something again and again with purpose. We live in a culture that glorifies results but overlooks the process. People see the success but not the struggle, the victory but not the effort that led there. Yet, those who understand the power of consistency know that every small action, every page written, every workout completed, every minute spent learning is an investment in the future. It's a declaration that progress matters more than perfection. So when you take that small step forward, even when it feels invisible, you are exercising real power. You are proving that greatness is not a moment of brilliance, but a series of small choices made with courage and intention. In those small actions lies the strength to change your life, one quiet day at a time. Success is often seen as a moment of arrival, a spotlight, a single defining breakthrough. But the truth is, every triumph is born in silence, in the unseen hours when no one is applauding. Behind every confident voice, every polished performance, and every dream fulfilled, there are countless days of quiet work, moments when discipline whispered louder than doubt. The real building of greatness happens away from the noise. In those early mornings and late nights, when effort feels endless and results invisible. It's easy to celebrate the visible victory, but what truly deserves respect is the invisible journey. The days when motivation fades, but you show up anyway. The times when you push through exhaustion, not for recognition, but because you made a promise to yourself. That's the soil where true success grows, the soil of consistency, patience, and belief. Every person who's ever reached something remarkable has endured the silence of practice, the loneliness of persistence, the frustration of slow progress. But those moments are not wasted, they are the shaping fires of resilience. Discipline is quiet, but its results speak loudly. Each small act of commitment, each decision to continue, strengthens the unseen muscles of determination. It teaches you to rely less on external validation and more on your own purpose. When no one sees your effort, when no one claps for your progress, that's when character is built. Because you're not doing it for the world, you're doing it for the person you're becoming. So while others wait for perfect conditions or instant results, you move steadily, silently forward. You trust that the invisible work will one day reveal visible change. And it will. Because every great story, every masterpiece, every success that inspires others was once just a collection of quiet days strung together by someone who refused to quit when no one was watching. Consistency is the invisible force that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement. It doesn't rely on luck or talent alone. It thrives on commitment, on the simple act of showing up, even when the motivation fades. Greatness isn't built in a burst of inspiration. It's built in the quiet repetition of small, deliberate actions that compound over time. Each time you choose discipline over distraction, you lay another brick in the foundation of your success. And brick by brick, day by day, you construct something unshakable, something that can withstand doubt, failure, and fatigue. When people talk about greatness, they often focus on the moment of glory, the finish line, the applause, the reward. But what they don't see is the steady rhythm that carried that person there. Consistency is what transforms goals into habits and habits into character. It's what allows you to progress even when progress feels invisible. Because every repeated action strengthens your belief, and belief fuels your momentum. Over time, those small actions align with one another, building a structure of purpose so strong that even setbacks can't tear it down. Transformation rarely arrives with fanfare. It creeps in slowly through persistence. You may not see the results for weeks or months, but consistency ensures that every effort counts, even when the outcome isn't immediate. It teaches patience, the understanding that growth happens in silence, that the process itself is the reward. It's the daily decision to move forward, even by an inch, that separates those who wish from those who achieve. True greatness doesn't come from one powerful act, but from countless small choices fueled by purpose. Every repetition is a declaration that you're not giving up. Every day of effort is proof that your commitment is stronger than your comfort. That's how transformation happens, quietly, steadily, through the relentless power of consistency. Growth is never a sudden explosion of success. It is the slow unfolding of strength built through patience and persistence. Like a seed buried in the soil, progress often begins in darkness, unseen and uncelebrated. The strongest oak was once just a fragile sprout, surviving storms that could have easily destroyed it. Each gust of wind that threatened to break it only forced its roots to grow deeper. That is the nature of growth. It doesn't rush, it endures. It doesn't demand attention, it develops quietly, nourished by faith in the process. Every challenge you face is not a barrier to your growth, but a builder of it. The struggles, the rejections, the failures, they are the storms that shape your strength. When life tests you, it's not trying to stop you, it's preparing you for more. Just as the tree becomes resilient through harsh seasons, you become stronger through adversity. Growth doesn't happen in comfort, it happens in resistance. The moments that make you doubt yourself are the same moments that teach you endurance, patience, and self-belief. You can't force growth, and you can't skip the waiting. Progress often feels invisible because the most important changes are happening within you. You may not see it, but with each small act of persistence, your roots are deepening, your foundation is strengthening. One day, what was once invisible will rise into something powerful and undeniable. That's how transformation works, quietly at first, and then all at once. So when life feels slow, when the path feels uncertain, remember the seed beneath the soil. It doesn't stop growing just because no one can see it. It keeps pushing through the darkness, trusting that the light will come. That's the secret of true growth. Patience through storms, faith in the unseen, and the courage to keep standing tall no matter how strong the wind blows. Progress is not a race measured by how fast you move, but by how faithfully you stay on your path. In a world obsessed with speed, it's easy to believe that faster means better, that success belongs to those who sprint ahead. But real growth, the kind that lasts, is not about rushing, it's about remaining steady, even when the journey feels long and uncertain. Direction gives meaning to your movement. You can run with all your strength, but if you're heading the wrong way, speed only takes you further from your purpose. Staying true to your direction means understanding that consistency matters more than pace. Some days you'll move quickly, other days you'll crawl forward, and sometimes you may stand still just to catch your breath. But as long as you keep facing the right direction, as long as your heart stays anchored to your vision, you're still moving. The power of progress lies in persistence, not perfection. It's in refusing to turn back when the path feels endless, in trusting that each step, no matter how small, still carries you forward. Comparison often kills this truth. You see others succeeding faster, achieving more, and you start to question your own journey. But what you can't see are their storms, their detours, their moments of doubt. Every journey unfolds at its own rhythm. The only measure that matters is whether you're closer to your purpose today than you were yesterday. The smallest forward step still counts because it keeps your dream alive. Progress is not about how fast you go, but about how deeply you believe in where you're going. The direction gives your struggle meaning. It keeps your spirit focused when everything else tries to distract you. So walk your path with patience and faith. Because even if you move slowly, As long as you move with purpose, you're still winning. Every great achievement begins with something small. A decision, a habit, a quiet act of effort that seems insignificant in the moment. But over time, those small daily actions stack upon one another, shaping the very foundation of who you become. The truth is, transformation doesn't happen in a single moment of inspiration. It happens in the steady rhythm of repetition. The choice to keep showing up, to keep doing the work, to keep believing even when the results are still unseen. Each small action is like a drop of water that carves through stone. On its own, it looks weak, but through consistency, it becomes unstoppable. Who you are becoming is written in the small things you do every day. The way you speak to yourself in moments of doubt. The discipline to honor your commitments when no one is watching. The courage to take one more step when you feel like stopping. These choices don't make headlines, but they build integrity, resilience, and purpose. They shape your identity from the inside out. Over time, these habits define you far more than any single accomplishment ever could. We often wait for big opportunities to prove our strength, forgetting that greatness is formed in the quiet moments of discipline. Every repeated act of effort is a vote for the person you want to be. The routine you build, the patience you practice, the persistence you show, these become the pillars of your success. Even when progress feels invisible, change is happening beneath the surface, molding your character and preparing you for what's ahead. When you look back, you'll realize that the small steps you took weren't just actions. They were building blocks of transformation. Every moment you chose effort over ease, consistency over comfort, you were creating the person capable of living your dream. That's how greatness is built, not all at once, but piece by piece, through the quiet power of small actions done with purpose and faith.